drink some tea and we share some tea. I am Katie, your host, and today I am sharing some tea with my friend Jessica.
Hello
again.
How's it going? Did you all miss me?
Oh, probably. I missed you.
Oh.
You know, it was lonely times while you were gone.
Aw.
We'll see if she can redeem herself this time. Be a little less
As long as we don't talk about butts, we're okay.
I think we might be okay. We'll see. The dice decide. You know, the dice decide.
The dice do decide.
So today we're sharing some really great tea. This is by Pinky Up, and it's the Honey Lavender Tea. And I felt like this was a perfect tea for our topic today because it's calming and it's just a little bit sweet and it's nice. And we're going to talk about the things that we hate.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
I'm so excited. I would show more enthusiasm if I had it.
Love it. Love it. So, as usual, our questions are going to be decided by the roll of a 20-sided dice. And if you would do the honors, you could use my cute little dice cup.
You got your fancy cup? You got it Evermore?
Little dice cup. Yeah, let's give it a roll and see what happens. Ooh, can you see that?
Natural 20.
Oh, snap.
Better
Starting
than last time.
out right. Oh, this is a great question. What foods do you absolutely abhor? It makes you sick just thinking about it. Why do you hate it? Is it the taste, the texture, some terrible memory? Tell me everything.
Honestly, there's a lot. And a lot of people will probably be like, "Nay, when I say this. Chick-fil-A.
Oh,
Once when I worked at a different place than I do now, we had a staff meeting and we had so much Chick-fil-A and I'd never had it before. And everybody's like, Chick-fil-A is the bee's knees. And I was like, okay, I'll try some. And they're like, you have to try the sauce. So I did. That night, I vomited everything back up, and the next morning, vomited all day long because of the Chick-fil-A. So,
oh no, Chick-fil-A!
Chick-fil-A did me
sat
dirty.
out too long or something. Oh no!
And my family in Brazil one day decided that they were going to serve me pig's foot coated in sugarcane.
No,
that also was pretty bad.
Oh
so,
gosh!
Ever since then, anytime I visit them, which hasn't been for a while, every time they're like, "Here, have pig's foot," I'm like, hard pass.
Oh
it's really rubbery the way that they cook it because they boil it.
Is it like the whole hoof?
It's the whole hoof. So it's the hoof all the way past a little bit of the radius and ulna is where it's at.
Gosh.
And they're like,
you're just like gnawing it?
Yeah.
Like you're just gnawing on a pig's
It's like
foot?
a dog gnawing on a bone.
Oh my gosh. Sorry to all of you out there who like love pig's feet, like to eat them.
But when it's just boiled with sugar cane,
Jessica's not a fan.
No.
Oh my
I've had chicken foot that tastes better than pig's foot, and that's a lot.
Wow. Yeah, I have not had pig's feet or chicken feet. I had the opportunity to try chicken feet, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Is it just because it's the chicken's foot? Is it scaly? It's because it's this little dragon foot?
It doesn't the look of it doesn't gross me out. Like I don't have a problem with like chicken's feet or like pig's feet. Like looking at them, I'm like, that's a foot. Like it doesn't bother me in that sense. But like there's no meat down there.
There really isn't.
It's just like weird. It's just little scalies and claws and bones and maybe some tendons. Like none of that sounds good. Like it doesn't
You're not wrong.
sound like food, and I can't imagine that the texture is really all that appealing. And again, like to those of you who are into feet, like into consuming the feet of animals, sorry, but I don't know why people like them. I have a theory that because there's a lot of interesting like delicacies in different cultures.
Yeah, like monkey's brains in India.
Yeah, like it doesn't make sense as like food. And I have this theory, and I'd be curious to find out if anybody knows that those foods all started out as some guy was like starving and desperate and was like, all I got left is the feet. So they just like boiled it and chewed it and was like, well, this is what we're gonna have to do. And then some rich guy was riding by and saw him and was like, Reginald, bring me those feet. They look delicious, you know?
I was like chewing walrus fat. Like, why in the world?
Gosh.
Or whale blubber. That was like an
poor
old
walruses. But yeah, that's my theory of where some of those weird cuisines or like kind of off the wall delicacies come from.
Yeah.
Because, but I mean, humans, you know, will try anything, I guess.
Yes, I'm pretty open to stuff.
But Chick-fil-A, that's sad. It's because you had a bad experience.
Yes, anytime work has Chick-fil-A, I'm like,
do the smell. Yeah, that tracks.
I've been building up to it though. I've been able to eat little bits. The salad is great. I love the Chick-fil-A salad, but their chicken, I'm like,
yeah. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Chick-fil-A, but I get it. I've definitely had food before where like your first experience, you get food poisoning and then your body's like, nope, rejected. Rejected. Well, that was good. See, we're safe. We didn't talk about butts. We talked about feet.
We did, which is fine. I'll talk about feet. Butts, not so much. Those things are stinky.
Okay, well, we'll see what I get on this next roll. I think that is a 7.
I like these dice. They're cute. Are they your dragon ones?
These are my little hollow dragon dice. Yeah, I like those.
So that face you made. What's your question?
Oh, I don't know. Well, I guess it's safe because we have like 3 listeners. So okay, guys, what's said on the podcast stays on the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Tell me about your family / friends' most recent petty drama.
Oh,
you guys, I have, and like, if my family members, guys, if you're listening, if you ever listen to this podcast, you deserve to be roasted. That's all I'm gonna say.
I love it.
So the saga of my family's drama is like continuously ongoing. Like I could tell you about some stuff that went down today that I'm just ready to. But
let's spill the tea.
I know,
not
right?
quite literally, because this tea is divine.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I know. Isn't it nice?
Where'd you find this, Smiths?
This one was at Harmon's, but you can also get it online and stuff.
Dang,
it's very lovely, isn't it? So
nice. My gosh.
So anyway,
petty family drama.
I feel like my most recent one that was like very just like, what the heck, guys? Happened over Christmas, as it does, because that's when all of the family drama happens, is always over the holidays when everything has to be perfect, right? Mm-hmm. My family for a long time has shared a cell phone plan, right? I have an older brother in the Navy, so that gets us like a little sneaky little discount there. And we've had this family plan for like years and years and years, like since we were in high school as kids.
Yeah.
So like, and for all his faults, my dad's really good at finding good deals. So like, this is a really sweet family plan. And as adults, we've all paid for our own phones and contributed to paying the phone bill and stuff to cover our things, but we're all in the same plan, so we can get like a sweet deal, you know? Mm-hmm. So with that context, over Christmas, for whatever reason, I don't know what stimulated this new thing, but I guess my parents wanted to get their own plan, and so my dad randomly texted the family and was just out of the blue said, you all need to find your own phone plans by the end of the month because we're canceling this one.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay.
Like, thanks.
Excellent example of communication skills, right?
100%.
Really good communication skills. And honestly, like that so much didn't bother me because that kind of tracks for how my family does things. But what bugged me about it was that it was really short notice. And I have brothers who have kids that have additional expenses. Yeah. You know, it's not just them, it's them and their spouse and their kids, and they're not on your parents' plan, right? At this point? No, they are, including the kids and the spouses. Kids not so much because they're too young to have cell phones, but like their spouses are on that. Okay. And my youngest brother's girlfriend is even on the plan, as far as I remember. Dang. So like we have a lot of people on this plan, but it has worked out really well. So, but that, like, for me, it's not a huge deal to get a new cell phone plan because I'm just one person.
Yeah.
Right. But when you've got multiple people, plus it's actually a really low cost for how many people we've had
on the plan. Yeah.
With the military discount, like, is really nice. And so I was stressed for my brothers because it's like, I know they've struggled financially in the last year. I know it's going to be a hard thing for them to be able to switch to a new plan on such short notice.
Mm-hmm.
And like over the holidays, you're traveling, there's already so much going on. So it was just like, ugh, this is going to be hard. And so I didn't say anything because this text dropped like in the middle of a workday, and I was just like, and we'll deal with that later. So by the time it was the end of the workday, I checked the text thread again, and I had over like 100 text messages.
I remember this. Your face that you made when you got that.
I was so mad. So my older brother brought up the same concerns that I had, that we just didn't have a lot of time to find a new plan. Plus he had his family, like all the other things that I was worried about. And all he asked was that, hey, can we have a little bit more time to figure out like this thing,
the whole thing,
and maybe like as siblings get a plan or that type of thing. And my younger brother immediately just jumps down his throat and is talking in the text about how he's so ungrateful. He just wants our parents' money, and how dare he take advantage of them when they've been supporting him his whole life, and blah, blah, blah. And like this goes on text after text after text, with one brother just being like, can we just figure this out? Let's just talk like adults, and like it doesn't have to be a big deal. And everybody else just being like, oh my gosh, you're the worst person ever. You're just trying to steal mom and dad's money, which, guys, spoiler alert, my parents are broke AF. So it's not
like they really are trying to steal your parents' money, because they ain't got nothing
to share. And honestly, I don't care. Like, we don't want it. And that's not what he was going for. So anyway, that happened, and we were able to like suss out that my dad was just, like, they weren't necessarily trying to just get rid of the plan completely. They were just trying to simplify things. And so we worked it out. Me and my older brother talked to them and we're like, hey, can we just switch who's primary on the account? Then you don't have to deal with like the paperwork or whatever you're stressed about. Like, we can just do that. And that way we can keep the family plan and everybody's happy, supposedly. Yeah. So we sorted that out, and then, had to talk to all the siblings to like put out the fires. And my gosh, we did a call all together, and still my brothers are just at it. They were just at it.
Do any of these guys get along?
They used to. Oh. I don't know what happened. You got, well, I do know what happened, but at the same time, it was so petty. It was so petty, because all we really needed to do was just like change the name of the person who was in charge of the account. We all still pay the same amount. It's like a stupid cheap amount. Like, I think I pay like $45 a month. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What? I'm paying so much for mine.
It's a really good deal, which is why we wanted to try to keep it. And like, and also it's $45 a month. Like,
yeah, that's cheap.
Why would you complain about it? But what do I know?
Right?
What do I know? So yeah, that was the drama. And yeah, my youngest one, I guess my middle brother, is still very butthurt about the whole thing. The whole thing. Like, man, he brought up some stuff from way back of just accusing people of stuff. And it's like, bro, we're just trying to save you a penny. Like, we're doing you a favor here.
Right.
Like, calm down.
He just doesn't want to save his penny. He wants to throw that out to the wishing well and not get any issues.
I guess not. And like, I get it. Everybody has stressors. And at the time, he'd been going through a lot with like his family and his wife's health and things. Like, I get it. But that's why I was worried about him in the first place, because I was like, I don't know if you could afford like $150 new phone plan.
No.
And so yeah, we were all just actually trying to help him out. But yeah, it was rough. So we don't talk about that.
But yeah, here we are
talking. We don't talk my parents. We don't talk to my parents about it. And as per usual, we just kind of moved on. The family Christmas party was as deeply awkward as you can imagine. And yeah, yeah. That's my, I would say, most recent petty family drama.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, over a cell phone bill that's $45.
Why are you so upset? Like mine is almost $110 every month. It's expensive stuff.
It is. Well, and that's what's so crazy about this really good plan that we've been able to have. And part of it's my brother's military discount. Like that's nice. Really nice. Like they let us get away with that, man. That is so nice. But the other part of it is how we've been able to work it out with how we list the people and the spouses and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I mean, yeah, it's like a really solid deal. And like I was totally fine with like getting my own, you know, I could make that work in my budget, but like, boy, we didn't need to set things on fire.
Fire makes things more exciting, though.
It does. We love explosions.
As one can testify in the D&D. I know. It's like, when is it going to happen? What's the next
explosion from the volcano? Well, you want to roll the dice again? Let's find out something else we hate. You got a 1.
13.
Oh, 13.
If I got a 1, I think I'd be like, wow.
So funny. Ooh. I'm actually kind of interested in this for you because I don't know. We've all been there in an outfit that's just not doing us some justice. What outfit or clothing item do you absolutely hate and why?
Does that be one or is it multiple?
Oh, whatever you feel, man. Whatever you feel.
Freaking hate dresses and high heels. I hate them so much. As a child, whenever we would go to Sunday school, it was very well known that Jessica, the wild child, as soon as church was over, would literally rip off her skirt, was wearing shorts underneath, and take off into the woods to look for a snake.
Oh my gosh.
That was the running thing. But yet, my leaders when I was a young woman was all like, oh my gosh, Jessica, you're going to be the first one to be married. And I was like, that is I'm chewing on like a piece of grass outside. So I don't like those. High heels I don't like as much because they hurt my ankles because I've destroyed them so much.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but sometimes depending on the heel, they do feel good, and I'm like, I look real good in these. I like fly.
Yeah.
And I like skirts and blouses, but like a whole dress, I can't.
Like a full dress. Oh man, I can be like.
They don't have pockets, man.
Okay, is your only objection as an adult to dresses that they don't have pockets?
No.
Okay, because I was about to be like, Jessica, where have you been? I like all of my dresses have pockets.
I have been under a rock. That's why I'm called Quib of the Rocks.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Dresses just haven't been my favorite because ever since I can remember, like the wind would just blow the dress up and and
at least you have like shorts or tights on or whatever.
As a child, I didn't want to wear more than I had to.
That's true. That's true. It's hot here.
It's very hot here. I'm not a fan of it. Like right now, as I was driving to
dresses are great for the heat, though.
They are. They are
really good. I think so. I was in Texas for 2 years. I think that's the only way I survived, was wearing lots of skirts and lots of dresses.
Yeah. See, but if you're out frouncing around in these,
stuff
the ivies, if a snake comes out of nowhere and goes and bites your legs, ain't nothing to protect you.
I don't think some leggings or pants or jeans would really you're still gonna get bit.
Jeans will do a better job, girl. That's why I wear jeans everywhere.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Yeah, so that's really why that's the article of clothing that I really don't
love.
Yeah. But the clothes that I really do love are hoodies and scarves. I really like scarves.
I freaking love scarves. I have so many scarves.
Me
Every
too.
time I go, I have to be careful anytime I'm shopping or doing anything in the fall and the winter because I'll just buy scarves.
Right? It's like,
I love scarves.
I have my Gryffindor scarf. I have my university scarf. I have lots of cutesy wootsy scarves. I have
poofy scarves, warm scarves, lazy scarves.
I have a scarf that turns into a shawl. All the nice things.
I love those.
Yeah,
I have a plaid one. Like it's blue and cream. It's so soft.
Oh, I have one of those too.
And you can wrap it around, or you can just drape it over your shoulder. I love it. It's like a blanket. And a scarf.
The fur mantle that I made for Evermore is based off of that scarf.
Oh,
actually.
nice.
Yeah, I just basically folded it in half, and then made it that way.
It's perfect.
It's great.
Scarves are the best.
I freaking love scarves.
I think it's so funny you don't like dresses and high heels.
I hate them. Well, high heels, I think I would like them more if my if it didn't hurt my left leg and both my ankles. When I was
have to probably get like the right heels, like the right height and well fit heels, so they don't hurt.
I have 2 of those, and that's it.
I know. I'm such a girl. I know all about the shoes. So if you ever are like, Katie, you gotta hook me up. I have to go to this reception or whatever. I got your back.
Where the heck were you at my brother's wedding? Because I got the worst.
I don't know. When would
I don't know. Probably up north. Still. It was in 2015.
Oh gosh, yeah, it was a long go time though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anytime I will find you shoes that you love. I love heels.
I love going barefoot. It's like yesterday I was going down the canyon barefoot in the water. It's great.
I'm a crazy person.
I am.
All right, my turn. Let's see. Okay, that's a 10. Look at us. We've been like all over the board.
I know, it's been pretty good.
Ooh, this is actually a question I asked Sage. Sorry, Sage. What is the worst gift you've ever been given? Do you still have it? Why did you hate it? Oh my gosh. So because my dad is my dad, right?
Oh.
I have a couple of these. Oh gosh, I gotta think of like which one. So when I was in Texas, my family would send me like cute little care packages and things intermittently. And probably actually the worst gift ever while I was there was for Christmas. So first off, they were supposed to send it to like the main office so we would all get our Christmas presents at this big party, but they didn't. So I was the only person there who literally had no packages at all. So that was
so sad.
Super awkward. That was super awkward. Yeah. That I didn't really care so much about, except that when I opened packages, then I was like, oh, because they did arrive eventually. It was okay.
Yeah.
And on time for Christmas. That was okay. And I had specifically told my family, because my dad's not great at buying presents. But my mom knows to just ask, like if she's not sure. Just be like, hey, what would be helpful? What would you want? That kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And so I had told them, like, these are the things would be great to have. This would be, like, important to have versus this would be nice. Like I gave them a variety of things so that people could feel like they could get me something.
Yeah.
That I would like. I don't know if they burned that letter or what happened. If it got chewed up in the mail. So my dad bought all of my gifts, and one of the things I had asked for was a scarf because I love scarves.
But in Texas, it's hot.
Texas is freezing cold in the wintertime. Like, absolutely freezing cold. Like, anybody from Texas who is listening, especially West Texas, y'all are living under a rock if you think that it's not cold in the wintertime. Like, what is wrong with you people?
I visited my aunt once, and it was fine.
Well, it's in a very specific time of the year, but they have freezing rain.
Oh.
And it is bitter cold. And the wind is constant, and it is so cold. And they do get snow. They don't know how to handle it. It'll be like a dusting. But the worst stuff is the freezing rain, because then everything's just coated and you can't go anywhere, and it's like a literal ice skating rink. Hey. So it's cold.
Okay.
And I had asked for scarves because I love scarves. And that's like an easy present.
It is.
Right?
You can't go wrong with one.
Dad got me a scarf, which was great. It was, I guess, what you'd call like a reversible scarf. Like it had a color on one side and a color on the other side.
Oh no, did he get something that clashed?
So it was like this felt texture. And like perfectly square, like very rectangular. It was long and rectangular and perfect square corners. So already awkward. And one side was neon green.
It doesn't even go with anything.
No. And the other side was like this weird silver cream. Like it was shiny and metallic.
It doesn't go with anything.
Yeah. I don't know where he found this scarf.
Do you still have this atrocity?
So, okay. I didn't know what to do, right? Because I was like, I cannot wear this. Like, I can't wear it. Like, I can't wear it.
No.
So I was like, what can I do with this? And the other thing that I'd asked for, which I hadn't gotten, was like hand warmers. Yeah, just stick in your pockets.
Because those are lifesavers.
They're life-saving. And so I was like, oh snap. So I my mission companion and I cut this scarf up into varying little squares and made reusable rice hand warmers out of it.
That's genius.
I know.
And it's felt too, so it keeps the warmth.
Yeah, it was actually perfect.
Look at
like the material was perfect for it. Heinous color. But nobody has to see it. They're in your pocket.
Yeah.
And you can reuse them.
That would have been so nice to have in Boston.
I know. It was great. It was so smart. It was so smart. And I had some that were big, so you could like cuddle with it. And you had little ones to put in your pockets.
Yeah.
It was great. So like, it was the worst gift ever. But it was also the best.
Because you were able to reduce, reuse, recycle.
Yeah, we recycled it into a better gift.
I love that.
Now, my dad also sent us a case of shot glasses.
Why for?
Because of Christmas. They were zombie themed, so I think it made it better.
Are you kidding?
No! That's what I got for Christmas. No! That's what I got for Christmas that year. I got like 12 shot glasses with different zombies on them, and I got this nasty scarf.
It's a zombie scarf because apparently
I guess so. Maybe he got it on a deal or something. And so the shot glasses we actually traded with some of the guys to get their chocolates and stuff because they had a bunch of chocolates and they were like, we don't want these. And I was like, do you want some zombie shot glasses?
I should have taken a sip.
Oh
no. Of all the things to send your daughter.
I know. I had asked for like simple things like colored pens for studying and
which
like
is so nice.
Cute post-its for being able to make little tabbies and like a scarf and like
things.
Fuzzy socks. I freaking love fuzzy socks. Right? I didn't feel like those were abnormal. Like those are basically the things I always asked for.
It's basic.
I was in college forever and I was freezing cold in the wintertime. So it was like, these are the things that I like. It's Christmas. This is all I want. I'm a simple person.
And instead you get zombie shots.
I got zombie shot glasses. Yeah.
All the better to drink the bubbly with, you know?
That's what I got for Christmas. And we traded the shot glasses. The chocolates were really good though.
Oh, good.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Chocolate's always good. You can never go wrong with chocolate.
No, you really can't.
Unless it's white chocolate, then you can go wrong with it.
That's probably the worst gift ever that I've received for like obviously multiple reasons. But it was also kind of the best, you know, because we turned it around.
You got hand warmer pockets. Those are great. Yeah, and it's felt.
It was such a smart idea.
Yeah.
I don't even remember, like, was it me? Was it the other girl that thought of it? I don't know, but like so smart.
Oh yeah,
it was so smart. So yeah, there we go.
Very nice.
Do you have a horrible gift that you've ever been given?
Not that I can think of.
It's good.
For the most part, people are pretty good at giving me stuff.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Yeah,
that's great.
And I'm also pretty happy with most stuff. If you give me anything, I can most often turn it into something useful.
It's fair. Yeah. It's true. You're very, very crafty that way. You'll have to listen to Sage's response to that one. It was great. We loved interviewing Sage. He was a good sport. We got time for another question. You want to do one more?
Do it. Ciao.
Oh my gosh. Calm down.
17. Didn't we already do that one?
No, we have not done 17. This is actually funny. You might not even have an answer because you're uncultured.
I'm not that uncultured. Just in the movie industry.
So then, what is a movie, TV show, or book that you absolutely hate and why? Is it anything recent, or is there an all-time king of crappy entertainment?
That's a really hard question because there's a lot.
Oh, snap. Oh, okay. So maybe narrow it down. Like if you have either a book or a TV, like narrow it down, pick one, and we'll talk about that one.
I'm trying to remember the name of the book. I can see it in my head. I can see the cover art. This book What was it called? It made me so angry. Okay, this was actually the worst gift now that I think about it.
Oh, snap! So, 2 questions for the price of 1.
Yeah. So it was this book written by a Utah author, and he was having a special sale at Siegel Book one year for Christmas. And my mom was like, Jess likes books, and so she got me the whole series. And
wow.
I was like, that's
committed.
Really nice.
That's kind of dangerous.
It's very dangerous.
With a series that you haven't read before?
It had 3 books, thankfully.
Okay.
So it wasn't like
anything. So it was just a little trilogy. Nothing too, not like 18 giant novels.
I think I would have been like, Mother, take this back.
Like, please.
It's bad.
Return it, get the $350 you spent.
The funny thing was, she didn't believe me when I said, Mom, this is a bad book. She was like, no, it's fine. I literally got into the first 2 chapters before I was like, I can't. Because
okay, so was it crappy writing, or was it dirty, or what was it?
Crappy writing. So
oh no.
It was
no.
The story started off strong. One of the creatures was called a Gumby, and I was like, what the heck is a Gumby? Like, this guy didn't even describe what this type of creature is. And so it's just, you just get launched into this fantastical world where you don't know what's going on. You don't know what kind of creatures are. There's no character building, no creature development, nothing like that. World building in this story is like
hot trash.
Exactly. It's like a dumpster fire. You're just throwing magnesium on top of it to make it even hotter.
Oh my gosh. She's getting so passionate.
This book, it was like, literally, I was like, I don't understand what's going on. I tried so hard.
You tried to give it the benefit of the doubt.
And like, there was misspelling. I don't even know if this guy sent this book to an editor or to anybody.
How did he get published?
I don't know, but it was one of the publishers out here who was like, oh yeah, it's a great story. And it got published, and I'm pretty sure that's why it was on sale. What is it called? The cover of the book is like blue of the first book, and then it's got like some mer people on it, and there's a bunch of coral and stuff. I mean,
if it was about mer people, that was your first red flag. Right,
I don't even know if it was, because I
couldn't
get very far. So
you didn't even find out.
So you start in the introduction, right, and you're launched into this world, and you're like, the heck is
random
happening?
Stuff.
Who finagled what? And as you're going in throughout the story, all of a sudden, boom, you're out of this fantasy land. It's like, okay, I'm suddenly on Earth. And it's random. Like Jason Bourne, or whatever the kid's name was.
Jason Bourne
was an ordinary child. And it's like, he was no ordinary child, but because later, like 2 sentences later, he was not ordinary, however. And it's like, that's not a way to start your story. But okay, this book, as you can tell, made me so mad.
Do you still have these books?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, why did you keep them?
Because I was like, Mom, I'm giving them to DI. And she was like, no, I'm going to read them.
Oh.
She read them, and she was like, I can't get past the first chapter. And I was like, I got to the second one. My dad tried reading these books, and he was like, he couldn't get past the first page before he was like, it's bad.
Oh no.
We love books at my house. Literally, if you walk into my bedroom, there are books everywhere.
Yeah.
I just love books. It's better than movies, I think. It's like hallucinating after eating a treat. It's great. You're vividly hallucinating looking at a tree.
Guys, just so you know, we're not a proponent of drugs.
No, we are not.
Stay in school, kids, or whatever,
but
you know.
Think
but
about
sure,
it
you
hard.
know, seeing the vision of the author in your mind, it's a beautiful experience.
You know, this tea was really good, and it was calming me down, but then this question happened.
You're welcome.
Oh,
you're welcome. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. I'm trying to remember the name of it, and then the second book was just as bad. Like, it had
Why would you try to read the second one if you couldn't even read the first one?
I didn't.
Oh.
I just was like, is the second one just as bad? It was a little better, less spelling, but the grammatical errors were atrocious. I was like,
That's rough. That's rough.
So I'm
sorry to all you aspiring authors out there, but like, here's the thing. Like, it's okay. There's a lot of help for perfecting your craft. There's great resources. Phone a friend.
Please use your resources.
Get some beta readers. Go through some things. Just work on editing. You know, it's okay. You can share your vision.
Don't just send it to the publisher, however, with no grammatical checks, no spelling checks. You know how you talked to me about being repetitive in my story?
Oh dear.
There was so much repetition in this book. I was like,
it's rough.
It's really rough.
It's a tough time. You can't get past things because of all the weeds.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. It's discouraging. I feel like it's more discouraging to bump into a disappointing book than it is like a movie.
Yeah.
Like a movie, you can just like kind of brush it off and be like, oh, well, it wasn't made that well, or I didn't like this actor, or I didn't, you know.
But that's like 2 hours of your
life.
Yeah,
you know, you can move on.
Weeks.
Yeah.
Or days.
there's an anticipation and excitement about finding a new author, finding a new book series, be like, ooh, I'm gonna delve into this cool story, this new world, and then you crack it open and you're like, oh,
and
dear.
The thing that gets me is they'll get this glorious cover artist, and it's like, this book is just,
you know, there's a saying about that for a reason.
There is.
Don't judge a book by its cover. Everybody, you know, does that to be like, oh, well, don't think it's bad just because the cover is bad, but don't think it's good just because the cover is good.
Right? I've read lots of books that way. I'm like, oh, that was not as good as I expected to.
Aww.
But it's okay. The thing that
Jessica's standards are too high.
I enjoy my books, man. Books are my escape from this reality.
Great. Yeah, that's what they're for.
Yeah, but the worst is like the book is great in the beginning, but then you can see as the author rushes the end, and it's like, why did you do that?
I do. It's tough. Writing endings is hard.
It is hard, especially when you've done so well with building your characters. You love everything that's happening.
Yeah.
But then you rush it because you just want to be done.
You want to be done, or there's pressure to finish up whatever you're working on, or maybe you don't know how to write an ending.
Yeah.
That's a thing too.
I know how to write and tell a story. I can't end it to save my life. So I get that, but it's still sad. It's still really, really sad to see a good book have a sad ending or a terrible ending. And it's like,
practice makes perfect. There's so many resources, guys. Do your research, get some help, get some beta readers.
Yeah.
Rewrite, rehash it. It'll be okay. You can share your story, but maybe don't share it with Jessica.
No, the thing about me is I'm very happy to hear a story. And if you published it without your beta readers or anything, and I see all these things, I'm like,
it's kinda, I don't know how people get published without going through an editor. But I also don't. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I can give the guy credit for trying.
Oh yeah, that's scary. That's hard.
It is, and the world that he was building, if he had polished it up, it would have been fantastic.
Oh, I'm sure.
The story would have been super good.
Yeah.
But he rushed.
Dang it.
Yeah, so that was my worst Christmas present. Now you know.
Yeah, there we go.
Like the book that made me the most angry.
Worst book ever.
Movies are okay. I'm just like, that's fine. I don't want to watch it again. But
guys, she doesn't watch. It's so sad. We have a list. Maybe we'll have to have a whole episode about your list.
No, I don't think that's a good idea.
We're working on getting through some of the movies on her list.
Look,
and helping Jessica out.
I have seen all of the Winnie the Pooh. Okay, it's not much, but it's everything.
Well, thank you so much for coming and sharing more things about the things that we hate.
Woo!
And that suck. Wasn't that fun?
It was, and this tea was perfect for it because it was like, my blood pressure is low today. It's great.
Yeah, it just soothes you right out. It's so great. Highly recommend. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. This is all we have time for today, but we will talk at you later.